This video is brought to you by Surfshark. All right, we've got to talk about this. We just witnessed the first serious challenge to Trump's presidential power, and it happened on camera, to his face, when the governor of Maine, Janet Mills, decided to push back and say, "I'll see you in court." She told Trump on camera, "I'll see you in court," after Trump said that he will withhold federal funds if she doesn't comply with this transgender sports ban, the executive order he signed a few weeks back. So again, this was the first real clash between states' rights and federalism, and it was a massive challenge to Trump's presidential power. So we have to break this down, and we have to ask the legal question. The legal question this all raises is, can the president unilaterally withhold federal funds from any state he wants to enforce a policy that aligns with his goals? And the answer is no. I mean, the answer is just no. It is illegal to do this because the Constitution gives Congress the power of the purse, not the president of the United States. Congress has the power to allocate funding, to control federal spending, and say how funds are distributed to the states. So if Trump wanted to go through Congress and they said this was allowed, then that would be different. But Trump is unilaterally threatening to nuke the federal funding of a state because of a transgender sports ban. And I want to break this all down. So a few weeks ago, Trump signed this ban, and really quickly, first of all, can you drop a like on this video and comment some blue hearts if you think this scene right here is just really weird? Something about this is very, very weird. First of all, there's a lack of diversity, but even putting that aside, knowing what Trump has said and done with women in the past, with young women in the past, young girls in the past, it's like, dude, something about this is very, very odd. But he gets to parade it on camera like it's a massive victory. And now it's causing a massive clash regarding the balance of power between the states and the federal government. But I think that the governor of Maine would come out on top, and I'll explain why after I play these clips. First of all, check out what Trump said to the governor of Maine yesterday.
I heard men are still playing in Maine. Is anybody here from Maine? Who is that? Is that the governor? That's, well, I hate to tell you this, but we're not going to give them any federal money. They are still saying we want men to play in women's sports, and I cannot believe that they're doing that. They are, let's find out who that guy is that raised his hand. Maybe.
Okay, so the men and women's sports thing is very performative from Trump. He doesn't actually care about that. It's red meat for the base, but it's also an excuse to test his powers. Now let's see Maine standing up to Trump. Standing up. The governor of Maine says, "I'll see you in court." And this is what you have to do. You have to slap the bully back. You have to show them that they're not going to be able to do stuff like this. Just watch.
Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Down here,
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. Every state.
What a weird jab at the end, but again, this is Trump trying to test his power. But Governor Mills knows her state law. First of all, what a badass. But secondly, she knows her rights under the Constitution. That's why she knows Trump is bluffing. She calls Trump's bluff to his face by saying that, dude, your hand is weak. Legally, you're not going to win. So it's not the first time Trump has tried this tactic. He's threatened to cut federal funding multiple times to sanctuary cities. He's threatened to cut federal funding over immigration policy. And every single time he's lost in court. So that was Mills directly calling Trump's bluff in that moment. And let me remind you, Trump sent out this tweet about 5 days ago, almost a week ago now. "He who saves his country does not violate any law," he said on February 15th. Trump said, "He who saves his country does not violate any law." He's quoting Napoleon, first of all, who was an emperor. But secondly, Trump is laying the groundwork to begin defying certain laws, and that's what he's doing here. He thinks he's above the courts, and this goes back to the town hall. If you guys saw the video of the people screaming about Elon at the town hall, part of the reason those constituents are mad is because their congressmen and women are ceding power when they allow Trump and Elon Musk to decide where these funds are going. These are our taxpayer dollars. We elect representatives to go make good use of them. And now Trump is trying to either withhold funds, Elon Musk is trying to cut funds. And again, the power of the purse lies within Congress, not the president. There's a quote that says, quote, "No money shall be drawn from the Treasury, but in consequence of appropriations made by law." That means the president can't decide how federal funds are spent. Only Congress has the authority to do that. So I'm glad to see the governor standing her ground. It's very admirable. And it's exactly what we need to be doing when the stakes are this high, because we've kind of learned that our institutions are very slow to respond. Our institutions are quite resilient, but they are slow to respond. Courts aren't supposed to enforce the law. Courts just settle things after they've happened. So when our institutions are slow to respond, it comes down to people at an individual level or local community level. We can look at that town hall of people applying pressure on their representatives. We can look at governors. We can look at people to just hold the line on an individual level. So when Trump tries these tactics that we know don't work, just push back and just say, hey, come through the courts. Governor Mills knows that he would lose in the courts, so she stood her ground entirely and defended her state's laws, therefore challenging a president who believes he's above the law. So even though Trump is trying to make this a fight about transgender rights, that's definitely just a distraction. This is not about transgender rights. That is very important, but what Trump is trying to do is have a fight over the Constitution and the balance between states' rights and presidential power, and that is a fight that is infinitely more important for the future of our country. It needs to be something that we are constantly shining a light on. So thank you to Governor Mills. I love the fact that she said, "See you in court." And keep your eyes on this one. And really quickly, let's talk about online privacy, because the internet has been kind of sketchy lately. Between Elon Musk's fanboys trying to hack me, between other hackers and data trackers and all of these right-wing trolls, I have a feeling that people are out to get me. But that's where today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN, comes in. Now, you probably heard of VPNs before, but Surfshark is different. It's unique. First of all, one subscription covers unlimited devices. You can have your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your smart TV all locked down under one plan. And speaking of lockdown, Surfshark also follows a strict no logs policy, meaning they don't keep tabs on what you're doing. In fact, they help you stay secure. Your browsing history will not be tracked. It'll be gone like a ghost. Their RAM-only servers also make sure that even if someone tried to access your information, there would be nothing to find. It's like a firewall in between you and hackers. But privacy is only one piece of it, because Surfshark also unlocks content worldwide. So if you're in the US and you're trying to watch a show that's blocked, they have you covered. Or if you're traveling outside of the US and you can't watch a show, they have you covered. And for all of the digital nomads out there, you can use Surfshark to bypass location-based price hikes. So here's the deal. Go to surfshark.com/Mockler and you'll get 4 months for free. 4 extra months for free if you go to surfshark.com/Mockler. The link will be in the description, surfshark.com/Mockler. Thank you to Surfshark for making this video possible, and thank you to you guys.